Pat and AJ TV for a Tuesday. Thanks for being here with us and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Of course, we'll be getting to the biggest news of the day. That would be the death of Robin Williams. But first, I guess we had news before that news. And
happy news.
Yeah, this is good news, right? The news that we have announced, yes, we indeed do have a new job, and it's the brand new morning crew at Cars 108 in Flint, Michigan. We are crossing that mighty lake to head on over into Michigan.
I said we're switching mitts. Literally.
We are!
Did you just figure that out?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
That is cool.
My friends are like, where's Flint? And, you know, in Wisconsin, you can just hold up the mitt. And I'm like, you can do that in Michigan, too.
There you go. Same thing. So, yeah, that all kicks off this Monday, the 18th. We are live from Cars 108 to the best of the 80s, 90s, and today you can do three things. One, you can just tune in if you're in the Flint area, or you can, two, stream it from anywhere in the world, I suppose, WCRZ.com. Or three, if you're super technological, put the app on your phone. The name of the app is Radio Pup.
Arf!
Radio Pup. That's actually one of the reasons why we had to take the job, because AJ wanted to work at a station that has an app called Radio Pup.
I feel like I have to woof every time we say it.
It's a very great, cool app. Has a lot of great features on it. But what you do is you just get Radio Pup on your Android, your iPhone, whatever, and make sure you favorite Cars 108 WCRZ from the Flint market. And then we'll see you this upcoming Monday, 6 to 10 in the morning. 5 to 9 if you're in Wisconsin.
Stop looking at me. I can't deal with it.
She's still upset. I busted a blood vessel in my eye, and apparently she's all upset about it.
It's been 2 days. I can't look at him because I feel like I'm going to throw up or pass out or both.
Am I supposed to get like an eye patch or something?
Matey. I be Pat the pirate.
There you go.
It's so bad.
What if I'm like this?
I swear to God, it's actually easier for me to talk to you.
See, hold on. Hey, but I'll tell you how this happened. We have a clue now. This is so stupid. I'm not doing that.
But it helps.
Your eye doctor actually got a hold of us and said, hey, here's probably what happened.
He Facebooked us.
Yeah. He said, you guys are moving, so you've been packing boxes, moving stuff. He goes, Pat could have popped his blood vessel that way. So
you know what that means? That means you need to lift more. That means you don't do enough physical activity that you're popping blood vessels.
And if you can't tell, yes, we are packing. There's like stuff behind us out. We got AJ's Dyson is over there.
This is my lovely lady over here.
Over there, those are my awesome DVD racks and bags.
Oh, I hate those things. Will you please tell him to throw those out?
They're awesome.
Tell him those are so 1997 and they need to go.
Whatever.
I just don't feel like you need to display your DVDs
They're not 1997
anymore.
because I got them as a wedding present for my first wedding, and that happened in like 2004.
Shut the front door. Yeah. No way.
So
those are wedding gifts for not our wedding.
So they're not from the 90s. They're definitely from the 2000s.
Well, now we're definitely getting rid of them. This is ridiculous.
Whatever. I like
Show them what's on the bed over here.
Because
you actually asked everybody about this on Facebook
Thank you so much for all the advice. I asked you guys what you thought about those Space Saver bags. You've probably seen the infomercial. You stuff all your clothes in a bag and you suck the air out with your vacuum. People have pretty good positive reviews for them. So guess what? My entire wardrobe is super sucked into 6 Space Saver bags.
Did you fold any of that stuff or just shove it all in?
No, you fold it. You like fold it and you kind of
It doesn't look folded.
Well, because it goes...
Well, here's the best part. So he fills up all these bags and then he goes, AJ, I'm sorry to tell you this, but the rest of the clothes in the closet, they're all yours. As if I didn't know I have more clothes than him. No kidding, of course I have more clothes than him. I was
saying that because honestly...
Cover up your eye, please. I can't.
The only reason why I was saying that, because honestly, the closet, it's packed to the brim.
It doesn't look like anything's missing.
Yeah, like I took out my clothes and I go, wow, I didn't make a dent in this. So I just wanted to tell her, look, just so you know, I packed my clothes. This monstrosity is yours, and you have like 2 days to get it done.
Whatever. I'll get it done. It's no problem.
Yeah, 2 days. We gotta go. We're going to Michigan.
Wow.
Cars 108. Can't wait to be there. The other big news of the day, it's all over. It broke last night. You'll see it, no doubt, on social media, on the news. But Robin Williams, dead at 63. Robin Williams probably, I think, even though he did a lot of great dramatic roles, movies.
Yeah, and it's hard for comedic actors to be dramatic actors.
But he's a guy that I think will always go down in history now as a comedian, as a comic.
He has just been, like, around forever, like, for our entire lives.
He's been funny forever.
Yeah, I mean, from his TV shows to his stand-up to all of his movies, it's just... it was one thing to see, you know, Robin Williams dead at 63. I think that stopped all of us in our tracks.
Right.
And then when it broke that they think he committed suicide.
Yeah.
That was like unbelievable. That was like, wow, the funniest guy in the world killed himself.
Yeah,
that
right?
Was like,
just say that one to yourself. The funniest guy in the world killed himself, and it's almost, I'm not saying it's cliche, but
it is, because it's just out of, you know, he is the funny guy. Robin Williams has always been hilarious, and he took his own life. Like, that just doesn't compute.
It falls into like those categories of the Chris Farleys and the Belushis of the world. All these, and I know those are like drug overdoses.
They overdose,
a little bit different, but still, you know.
But Robin Williams was very open about his problems with addiction.
Yeah, that's right. Now here's to speak once again how powerful addiction can be. This is almost like Philip Seymour Hoffman, really. Robin Williams was sober for like 20 years.
Yeah.
He was an alcoholic, cocaine addict, and went clean for 20 years, and then he relapsed a few years back on alcohol. That's insanity, because I think most people think once you get like a 1 year behind you or a 2 year,
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's super easy. And
2 decades.
It's so ironic, because I had just listened to a podcast with the comedian Mark Maron, and he talked to Robin Williams.
WTF podcast.
Yes, the WTF podcast. I had just listened to his interview with Robin Williams, and Pat said you have to listen to it because Robin Williams is like a normal guy, and he's still funny. He's still Robin Williams, but he talks about serious stuff, and he just talks to you like you're just sitting next to him. And
very intimate and very raw.
I listened to this like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, wow, I didn't know he had all these problems with addiction and drugs and alcohol, and now this.
Yeah, and it's actually not I guess the alcohol or an addiction. It's more of a depression.
His rep actually came out, and I'm glad his rep said something instead of it becoming just this online rumor.
They want everyone to know what happened to an extent.
Yeah, his rep came out shortly after the news broke and said he had been severely depressed for a while.
He had actually just done a 12-step program in neighboring Minnesota. There were like Instagrams of him going out and getting ice cream and stuff. But it's going to open up, I think, a discussion a little bit, at least for a little while people are still encapsulated with the news, about mental health, about mental illness.
And it needs to. I mean,
it
stinks because we have these conversations, and then, just like you said, it'll go away.
For a little bit, and
then it'll come back up when this happens, unfortunately, again.
Mental illness, very near and dear to both of our hearts. You know, my mom was a diagnosed manic depressive bipolar woman, boy, back in the day, man, and she's dealt with that her entire life. Me, in my life, I've dealt with some depression issues before. AJ just recently kind of dealt with some depression issues when we unceremoniously lost our job there.
Yeah, that was a rough summer, man. I didn't realize I was depressed, I guess, because I wasn't like Pat with, you know, mental illness in my family. Nobody ever talked about it. And for me, I'm just too much of, like, he calls me suffering Irish.
She's just
a tough girl.
She just, wants to do.
Well, you know, everybody else in the world, you can all be depressed, but I'm not depressed.
Never you. You go on.
I'm just in a bad mood, but you're depressed. Go get some help. I'm worried about you, but I'm fine. That was pretty much like my whole summer, and it got really weird for a while, just because I didn't realize I was depressed.
I suppose you used to have the attitude that I think a lot of people have, that is, oh, you got the blues. Oh, I mean, like postpartum. Postpartum depression has just finally become like a real discussion for so long. What they used to call it, like the baby blues.
Well, the problem is that that's what life experience is. You have to. You have to experience these things for yourself to understand them. And I was the same way. I didn't understand it until I experienced it. And you can't understand it unless you've gone through it.
No. And so maybe now, at least if you can't understand it, you could have some empathy for it, and we'll have a little bit of a discussion about depression. Because I know I've already seen some people online on Facebook do the whole, oh man, how can you be so talented and so funny and have all this money and a great marriage and great kids?
That means nothing. Yeah, it means nothing.
Think about it. That's how strong something like depression is that all that
doesn't matter. I mean, it's all consuming, and you try to like fight it off, thinking, wow, why would I feel this way? Things aren't that bad.
Sure.
But it's so consuming, and you really got to be in a horrific place to take your own life. Well, I mean, it's one thing to be depressed, but to get to a point where you say, I can't handle it anymore, and to hurt yourself, I don't think most of us have ever been there.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can imagine what it would be like.
Right.
So he had to be hurting really bad, and I think it's really sad. Because he made all of us laugh.
He did, and hopefully now we can have some discussions. And the point is, I guess, is this: this is a tragedy, but it doesn't need to be. If you need help, get help. There's no shame in it. If even the suffering Irish over here can admit it and get some help, you can too. I went and talked to a doctor. I got some medication. I'm good now, right? I'm better.
You're better. You're back to being a pain in my butt.
Yeah. And you can too. Maybe have a little therapy group, a little counseling session, man. But there's no problem with saying that you've had enough and you need some help.
And there's if you got the right people around you, your friends and family will help.
Have yourselves a fantastical day. See you tomorrow.
Woohoo!
That you are here. That life exists and identity. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?